Hey guys, how's it going, VC? Billy coming at you with a room tour or a listening area tour. Finally, it's been forever. I've been working on this thing forever, I know, but when you pick up so many collections, things just tend to overwhelm you, as well as work and everyday life and things like that. But I wanted to give you guys a tour, the grand tour, let's call it, the grand tour of the my workspace, my listening area, the music room. So here we go. All right, guys. So here's a general view of the my workspace, my listening area here. So I'll just give you the quick tour. Here we have some of those older receivers and turntables that I've been working on. Just haven't been swapping in and out of the. They're just not currently in my system or my setup. Then we have the wall of rock there, starting here. Obviously at the top, just chronological, or sorry, not chronological, alphabetical. We're going alphabetical. This is basically just rock and pop from A down to F on the top row, and you can see I left room for growth. There's some more Fs there, picking up with Gs, running all the way down to M. I'm glad I actually decided to go with these 2x2s. So they're just much easier to maneuver. So this is all the rock. It goes all the way down to Z here. So rock, pop, a little bit of blues in there, not much, but pretty much just rock, pop. So everything is right there on that rock wall. Have those, I swapped out the speakers that I had some old Pioneer speakers, and if you guys can remember from my one of my older videos from this past summer, I ended up getting having these realistics, the Mach 2s given to me, and they sound great. I swapped them out. Very happy with that. Just some box sets. These are some boxes that I'm going to be working on up here for custom box sets. Thanks Brandon for the idea and now the addiction. There's of course Waylon and Blackberry Smoke. And moving right along over here, we start with our country up top. So this is all country right here. Starting A, and I'm just going there, and then here, and then back down here. And this is all country, and then it stops there. That cube is rap and hip hop. This is Elvis and some of my stuff, my albums that I package and ship out. What do we have in the working unit right now? We're working, of course, with the Marantz 2275. Absolutely love it. And then, so that's kind of the workhorse of the system and the setup. And I've just been using this older Pioneer. What is that? It's a 510S. This thing is great. It's just an unbelievably awesome unit. And then of course I have the Technics over here that I have not, what is that, a Q350? Yeah, SLQ350. I haven't put that in as a regular everyday player, but I have hooked it up. It works great. This is typically my everyday player, but it's down right now. My Thorens 240. Love this. Absolutely love it. I'm getting a new cartridge, ordering a new cartridge to get put on there, and having a little bit of trouble finding the proper size. I've just been a little bit lazy trying to find the right bolt sizing on the cart, but I'll get that fixed eventually. It's just kind of been with the Pioneer playing great. Haven't really had any need or anything to rush to get that done, but eventually I will get that done. This is kind of cool here. Well, let's skip over here. This is just a basic, generic sound design, kind of an entry level 8-track player that I have been playing on. I have a Techniques that I'm working on right now, but it works good, works fine. But this is kind of cool. I wanted to show you guys this. This I picked up. It's just an RCA. Kind of like an all-inclusive unit, which plays pretty darn good. Plays right through these speakers here, or you can hook up externals.
Diamonds on her hand, way more had a reputation as the ladies' man. Late one night her light love finally gave a sign. Just as we got together. And we cashed in our sweet.
And there's no on-off switch. It's just whenever you pop in or out the tape, it plays, or it doesn't. So there's something kind of cool there. This Pioneer receiver, I run my iTunes and stuff through these little bookshelf speakers when I just want something to listen to. Yeah, believe it or not, I do listen to digital. I have this little hard drive here full of music, and it plays through this computer right here, and of course it's got some old files on it as well, but this is basically my main workstation where I edit and do a lot of my stuff for work, but that Pioneer plays all my music through these bookshelf speakers here. So let's get over here to the CD rack. This is something that I kind of put together myself. It's a IKEA modified bookshelf. The bookshelf is actually a Billy, I guess it is. But, the shelves, you got this here. It was actually perfect size if you split it in half and put a new shelf in. It would fit CDs perfectly. So I got this for $59 at IKEA and spent another $25 on a piece of 4x8 board. I'll let you look at these while I'm kind of talking here and boring you guys. But I spent another $25 on 4x8 furniture board and cut down the proper pieces that I needed for the extra shelves and painted them and got the shelving brackets, so I had an extra $25 in it, plus my time, and it worked out really good. The only kind of drawback to doing it, the only regret that I have about doing it this way is I should have went with 3/4 inch furniture board. Instead, I ended up going with the 1/2 inch, and you can see how it bows a little bit in there. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. I should have spent the extra $5. It wasn't about being tight. It was just I thought the 1/2 inch would work fine, and it does. It's going to serve its purpose. But if I were to ever do it again, I would recommend going with the 3/4 inch furniture wood on that. So this actually holds just under 900 CDs. I thought it was good. My math was completely off when I told you guys that it would hold about 1,400 CDs. It actually holds right at 900 CDs, 75 per rack. So there you go. And this, my CD collection, guys, is pretty much, it consists of where the vinyl leaves off. So all my 90s country and rock is pretty much what makes up my CD collection. And then, of course, some things that I just gotta have and love here, but I've got all my Kiss stuff in there. My Skynyrd is down here as well, I believe. Yeah, so certain things that I really really have a deep love. And then Garth Brooks, you got everything here in Garth's collection. So So now that brings us to this side of the room, which is pretty much kind of a hodgepodge. As you can see, I moved the Megadeth big picture and hung up a couple surrounding things to little AC/DC. There's the Scorp's Big City Nights picture disc that I wanted to get hung up for a while. Then I decided to go with little Ride the Lightning Master Puppets. These are original pressings that I had that didn't have records in them. I picked up a bunch of sleeves and thought eventually I may find the records, but haven't been able to find those without sleeves, especially in any kind of good condition. So I just said, screw it. Framed them. It'll work. So this is the hard rock, heavy metal section. Everything. A's, back, Sabbath, Ozzy era, Sabbath, Dio era, right there. And then C's, D's, E's, F's, G's, H, I, J, and then we start a pickup here with Kiss. This is all Kiss here. L's back to M, and then Ozzy back to Scorpions, which go all the way back to White Zombie and even something behind it. Oh yeah, Wolfsbane and some Y and T. There are still a few things over here mixed in because I can see the Zeppelin right here. I haven't had a chance to go through all these bins and pull out any hard rock or heavy metal that may have been mixed in with these, but they will eventually end up over here. This is where I'm going to keep my hard rock and heavy metal stuff, just for ease of access, because I listen to it a lot. Down here, this is stuff that I have recently picked up, and when I say recently, probably the last 3 months or so since I've done an update. So there is a country update in there, and as well as a rock and metal update in there. Down below, right now it's kind of a mess. These are all 45s, 7-inch singles that I have down here. Some of them are organized in that little ammo crate, modified ammo crate. But others are just kind of thrown in there. There are some great 7-inch singles in there. I don't really collect 7-inch singles, so I haven't had a chance to really go through them and decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. Over here, this is all 8 tracks and cassettes. This is just some cassettes right here in that briefcase that I just picked up. There is some really killer stuff that I'm going to do a cassette update. I scored majorly at Goodwill here recently. You guys saw all these cassettes here. We've already gone over those. These are all 8 tracks in here that I've recently picked up. And eventually what I want to do, guys, is build shelves kind of sort of in this style here, where the CD style. I want to build something that'll go underneath here, and we can hold maybe 8 tracks on one side and cassettes on the other, or vice versa. It's not going to take up a whole lot of room, but the good thing about 8 tracks or cassettes is they don't take up a whole lot of room. So I think that will work out great. Then over here, I just had some overspill on CDs. As you can see, we have that baby completely full, and that only goes down to S. So it goes from A to S, and they're full. So the overspill I just threw over here. Eventually, I am going to get another one of these shelves, and I will probably put it where this stands right now. This is just a bookshelf, kind of a junk collecting shelf right now. I've got just a bunch of 8 tracks on it and books and things like that. But I'm going to eventually put another one of those shelves, you know, these CD shelves here. I'm going to put it right here because and then rework all of my CD shelves so I have room for growth the same way I do over there. So as you get something, you don't have to move the whole damn thing. You just move, you know, put it in there where it goes. So we've got some 8 tracks up here, some stuff that I've recently got. I am way overdue for an 8-track update, which is coming. There's some of those cassettes that I scored, so I'll give you a sneak peek. Some of the cool cassettes that I scored from the Goodwill the other day. A couple Walkmans as well. More cassettes. CDs I had given to me, like 300 CDs. I've got the The only bad thing about this is the guy had these CDs in a changer, and the jackets were in a book, so he kind of mutilated the cases. So I'm kind of working on maybe printing up some labels or something, because I know you can get those online. I'll print them up and add them to the collection, because there's some really good stuff in there. More 8-tracks as well. Down here we have CD box sets and more 8-tracks and CD box sets. Over here is kind of the workbench. I am working on, I mentioned a Techniques 8-track. This is an 8-track recorder, a quad unit. It recorded in 2 or 4 channel. It's great. What I'm doing right now is replacing the belts and just giving it a clean and check, an overall clean and check. These are the old belts that are off of it. They had sent me the wrong belts, so I'm still waiting on getting those belts back. But that's pretty much it. It's just some of my work here. You know, you guys, that is a piece of art that a local artist used, utilizing one of my pictures, which was kind of cool. And then Vladimir Tarasenko, he got it signed and gave me a artist proof. I think there's only like 10 of those made, so I thought that was kind of cool. But other than that, you guys did see the jukebox here. This is the Rockola 484. It is a little bit older than the other unit that I have, but this unit, I've got it powered off right now. I'll power it on here in a second and show you.
He said, son, you just don't understand. It ain't the car I want, it's the brunette in your bed that turns me on. She reminds me of the one I loved back then. Lord, she was hotter than a $2 pistol. She was the fastest thing around. Long and lean as a young man's dream. She turned every head in town. She was built and fun.
Maybe here works fine. It's just not as flashy as the other one that I have. There's the Pioneer speakers that I swapped out for the Realistics. I'm eventually going to put those up in my daughter's room. There's a little Eric Carr drawing that I did in, I think, 90 or 91, 92, something like that. 92. Yeah, 1992. There's my Nico drumstick as well. I'll say, here's the other jukebox. So this is a 496. It's a Rockola Signature Series. Signature model. Yep. So it is a 496-1, I think. I think they have a -1 and a -2. This is, I think, what makes this kind of unique, and the reason that I really want to get this one up and running. It works fine. It worked fine, I should say. But there's some sort of problem in the power supply, the internal power supply. That is, it's a voltage issue. Because when it plays, the record will kind of speed up and slow down, speed up and slow down. Also, I checked the motors, actually replaced the motor. It's not a motor issue. It's definitely a voltage issue that we just can't seem to figure out. So I'm looking for a new power supply in that. I know they run about $150. I just have not been able to find one. But the thing that's kind of cool about this unit here is it is one of, if not the first unit to allow 45s, 7-inch singles, as well as it has the CD feature hook up in there. There's a spot you can put a CD changer, but I don't have it hooked up that way. I just run it through the 45, but left everything as is. It's a really nice unit and works great, and it looks beautiful and looks real sexy when it's turned on. The one thing I do hate is these sensor pads. I much prefer the mechanical buttons. Because when something goes wrong, you guys know, so when something goes wrong with this board, you're screwed. Luckily, fingers crossed, that thing works fine. But eventually I'm going to get this guy up and running. Let's see what else. That's pretty much it. couple boxes of records that I still need to go through, but there is, oh, this is kind of a work area here. Still got some records down here that I need sleeved, cleaned, and put on the shelves. These are CDs that I've gone through. Some of you guys were did get some emails, and I've been in communication with you guys. I'm getting rid of a bunch of CDs. So these are just a little general idea. That's the first German pressing of Kiss. Getting rid of a lot of this, giving the VC members an opportunity. Let me show you guys what's here. If anything you guys are interested in, just shoot me a message before I list these things on. I'm going to list them on Discogs or eBay or whatever. But you know, I would definitely take care of the VC members if there's something that you guys are interested in. One more here. There we go. And then there's a couple things there that Steve already has his name on, and Ron Haggerty is going to get all that. Well, Mary's going to get all that. So, well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in, as always. Make sure you stay tuned in the next couple days. Maybe tomorrow I will have the updates the stuff that I've picked up over the last few months. I have a country update as well as a rock and metal update that I'm getting ready to film. So stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, thanks for tuning in. Take care. Peace.